One of the most important things that I always wanted to talk about is a very specific subject that I want to be completely honest about it. It's about a terrible habit many of us have. Mindless scrolling on our phones or laptops. We do this with the most precious thing we have, our lives. Somehow, we're not satisfied or happy with our current situation. Maybe we're a teacher, student, poor, wealthy, wants more, or have an old car, while our friend just got a fancy new Audi. Why do we think scrolling and escaping will help? It never does. When you scroll through life dissatisfied, it's like saying, okay, what's next? Without changing anything. If you're not pretty, good looking, or wealthy enough, try to be better tomorrow instead of scrolling away today. You need to understand this. Scrolling is a destructive habit because you're losing life's momentum people, maybe loved ones. After a lifetime of scrolling, you may realize you've lost almost everything. Time, youth, opportunities. Just thinking, what's next? Do you think self-hatred or dissatisfaction will be solved by scrolling? Obviously, many of us are unhappy nowadays, but this isn't the solution. I'm not saying I have the formula, but this habit shows us all. Slowly, I've seen regret on the face of all people just sitting in the park, sinking in a sea of regret with every look. But if you ask them, they say, I regret not doing more when I was young or middle-aged. I wish I had loved more, laughed more. We all have those I wish thoughts, even now. But whether you're poor, pretty, brilliant, or have prestigious skills, let me tell you a hidden truth. If you are at life's summit, it's only because you've endured valleys. If you are at the peak of the Everest, you feel accomplished because you climbed from lower ground. But no one stays at the summit forever. It's a fleeting experience during a long climb. Seeing the mountain peak makes you think life sucks down below in the valley, but you need that contrast of highs and lows to appreciate the summit. There is no up without down. This steep climb reminds you the summit is just a moment. Life isn't about being up all the time. Most of life is spent on solid ground, not at rock bottom, but somewhere in between peaks and valleys. Accept where you are now. Scroll up or down because you're unsatisfied with today, it doesn't help. Believe it or not, your current life and situation are good and enough for now. Keep improving, but don't pressure yourself. What have you or don't have is good enough for this moment. If you achieve the wealth or status, great. If you haven't, doesn't matter. Just keep trying. Most importantly, live with pressure. Life includes joy, pain, success, failure. Insist on balancing all of it. Remove crying or failure, and life loses meaning. Like Brad Pitt said, enjoy the journey. The people beside you now matter more than the destinations. Don't stress over what you have not. Trust that God knows what's best for you, even when you can't see it yet. Thank you for listening to my podcast. Please share it with your friends and subscribe to my channel for new great podcasts.